1 second there, guys. Alright. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. This is ReFantazio. So we are right now just trying to find Mira. So I gotta figure out where the heck she's off at. I don't remember. I don't even think even the map has a clue. No, I want to switch. Can I switch out my archetype? Yeah. I kind of want to work with this one some more because it was
freedom of a wanderer.
I haven't actually worked with my knight in a while, so. Hunt, search. No deadline, no deadline, deadline unknown. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Trying to find where she's at.
Ridiculous. I don't care who gets it, so long.
I really hope she's not where I think they have her at. What was the button for the...
I'm just incredible. All right then.
There was a way to do something.
You little bastard, you.
What did I do?
That damned Louis.
Walking by and all I heard was them calling me a bastard. It's like, dang, seriously, I just got here. Can't be calling me that fast.
What should I do? No. Well then, if you say you have...
Let's see.
What shall I do? Blimey.
I don't see her.
That's enough now.
May as well look at the food stalls to buy food.
Welcome.
I have not bought... Oh, I have 2 though, so... I got 2 of them. Can I buy water?
Blimey. Oh there.
Can we talk?
Thanks.
I'm paying a lot for a bunch of it.
Louise, I could see it.
I still don't know where he's at. Or where she's at.
Let's go.
Well, there's a shop I haven't gone to, so I should probably try it there.
I don't care who gets it. Ridiculous. Tournament for the throne. Oh, I'm in it now.
This place.
Oh. Interesting.
I'm in trouble now. Tournament for the throne. This is all right. Looking to sell, are you?
Hey, listen. Sorry. Hey!
Oh, I didn't know that she was a half-blood. Interesting.
I'm out of ideas.
What should I do? What's going on? Well then, if we say
This here's all right. Now, how did I wind up here? Hello there.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray. And he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know... Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been.
This is so sad.
But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can be their true selves in the future. Their birth does not matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe! Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
I mean, take into account she hasn't eaten for like 3 days,
Like she's
2 or 3
worked things
days.
out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it?
Yep.
With a
It's
Kingslayer on
fucking...
the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration?
Seems like our world.
I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Yes, we know. You say this like every single time that the day ends.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
We need a plan, then we take action. As an Eld, I'm an outcast in the city. I think that gives us an advantage here.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. Remember who's actually risking their life here.
Infiltrating Luis's ranks would be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
If it's for Maria's sake.
I see.
Right.
I remember the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
We have his journal now.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Oh, goody. We get to go recruit ourselves again.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too.
Uh-oh.
Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was...
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand...
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Just take all of them.
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme. A villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance of winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Ugh.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
Yep.
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
Okay. We have really no choice, but okay.
Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain from Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemy.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now.
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
Got a point.
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oi, oi.
That's rich. A mere fledgling with no history or experience, speak of as king.
No,
The
thank
idea.
you.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's focus.
No deadline. It's not that bad. Good amount of money.
let's call it.
Can it be night so I can go to that one shop?
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis
Really?
only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still,
Understandable.
You didn't hesitate to leave.
I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight. Let's rest.
Oh, wait. Bye. Oh, I already have all of his intel. Ah, this is the shop.
Don't push yourself too much.
They're making me rest. I can't do anything else. Wait a sec, what is that in there? Oh. It's a chicken. I thought there was like wondering what the heck was in the cage.
Good night.
Can I come in?
Oh, it's Maria.
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Maria's waiting for us trying... Okay, so just come back and tell her
I never
tales.
got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Her voice kind of changed, or her accent did a little bit.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
I do.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two? So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Kind of neat that that they're showing the Utopia world, and it's kind of like ours, but not at the exact same. Okay.
Juna!
Juna. Is she one of Luis's?
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Guido!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus 7 is raced? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Friar! Where's Count Louise?
They're getting restless.
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
And of course, it's
Well,
crazies.
it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Krauss. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Okay.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And, if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
A land runner?
It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Whoa!
Right here.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time.
Feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
Oh wow, we actually shot up quite a bit. All right.
Just a sec.
Can you hear me?
Shall I? Let me see here. Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just crazy. You're just craziest runner. I'll take that as a compliment, little lady. Now here we have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening here right now?
See.
We want to go to a place called. I think it's way to the south.
Hold on.
Oh, I smell.
Okay, so I actually have to go here.
Wow!
Gotta march on this crash leg. I'd say about 4 days, 3 nights. 4 days and 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than carriage, and surely the roads safer at this kind of speed. All right, so three nights, 4 days.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
I love his
So
eyes.
This is what you use to talk with the driver. Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. We're two ladies. The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable. Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuros, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable!
I like him.
I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balian runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
An ally, yay.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Quite probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him.
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat.
Or runner.
Runner, I guess.
You're not gonna handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose. Oh, yeah?
Oh, okay, this goes to the engine room.
Now, where was I?
It's got a heart.
Hello?
That scared me. Looks like the pipe's in here too. Called her runner phone. Look, there's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner working. Gauntlet runners Gauntleters use magma crystals as fuel to run them, you see. Used to take your life in your hands when traveling the winds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind, some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding your down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You'll continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. To obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things. Kitchen, bookshelf, reading books in the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. Virtues.
Speaking of...
I got recipes.
Let's check.
Got it.
Quality means it's on its own, but if you prepare it with a little effort to applied to the right places, it can taste even better. To echo something I've heard anyway. In other words, we just haphazardly toss things around. Proven combinations of ingredients will win the day.
Got it?
Heat control makes all the difference with meat. Ready, this is the moment we've been waiting for. We want the steak to perfect balance between delicate and bold. Yeah. But that dinner nearly... It wouldn't be so exciting if this was just my dinner, but when you're cooking for others, you've got to give them your best. It's red grass roasted bidon. The aroma really is. So we now have the recipe.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Desert camp. At night, the vast wilderness outside your town is engrossed by darkness, forcing your way through the unmarked territory. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While in the camp, you can use your facilities, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll talk with Stoll. Because I can't find
Now then.
Helkenberg. So next up is Martria. It feels just like yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened the mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of a long-lost past.
Speaking of
which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power the Hero King once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? Power isn't everything, they had no allies. Power isn't everything.
What's that about it?
Power isn't everything.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. As king, they had to govern their people and maintain the peace. Material might alone wouldn't help you there. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great Hero King of old. Though all this does make me wonder, just how many more of these powers are still out there?
All right.
Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more.
Time marches on.
Got money for nothing.
Draws nearer.
I got money for nothing. Wish that was real. Like money for nothing, for doing nothing.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust the sleeping quarters more than exceed your expectations.
True.
They're better than I feared, considering how tiny they are, but I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to be going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nearly a grain of sand could fit between her seams. I assure you, regardless, we'll be leaving these dunes behind tomorrow. Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep it on the road, okay, nurse? Why do we have dramatic battle music? I can do something with them. I want to go downstairs.
This? Understood.
I don't need to do that right now. I'm just wanting to see what I can do. Like, what it...
Come on. Got it.
Wait, what's my HP at right now?
What now?
So my HP would go up a little bit. Yeah, let's go for HP. Storage room.
Okay. Hey.
Spices. My HP went up by 5. Yeah, that makes it better. I did some cleaning now, and it looks a lot better than before.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Break time jumps. There's something up ahead, so we'll need to be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magma, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magic surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Tree of Prophecy.
Wow.
It's so pretty. It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose colors shifted to foretell unseen events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future, and how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magma in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, but but a magical organism that feeds off magma. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery.
Hey.
Oh, nice. How did you get so good at drawing? Oh, my boy, meticulous documenting is the foundation of all good research. Therefore, there you have it. I'm finished here. Take a look at it. Take it as a keepsake. You sure I can have this?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I've already committed its ultimates. For the safety of my mind, I have no need for sketch itself anymore. The Tree of Prophecy. I received Nurse's research drawing. The drawing is simply detailed and could actually convey the full majesty of his places.
Hey there.
Oh yeah, she'd love this.
Huh?
A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't bears in the same class? in the same classification? Precisely. Gallic is the most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me a great insight into my own research into flight. Huh? What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you really asking, so knock it off.
However?
Turn attention back to the tree. I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable development. I wonder what manner of anomaly is currently color pretends. So red. We took a brief detour, but I feel the sign wisdom.
Alright.
I skitten schmardered.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Why do I feel like towards the end of the game, our Gauntlet Runner is gonna be able to fly?
Well met.
Well met. I don't suppose you're... Talk with Hulkenberg. This power we've awoken to, I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspect, but one bit that they all have in common is their armory-like appearance. What do you make of it? It's cool, it's bizarre, it's kind of scary. It's cool.
Certainly.
I think it looks cool.
I see.
I find the audacity of the design intriguing, but I'm not speaking of how they look per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said that people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awakening our slumbering power? Also, hence, why is it so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long? The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves.
Alright.
I'm so close to going up the next level. It's getting quite late. We keep chatting, and then we go to bed. And I get another 450.
Marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, that's gonna get really, really, really old quickly. Oh, anime scene.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow, I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
themselves is a clash to halt each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Louis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's on one of Louis's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Vorden gets a leg up on the competition.
We help out.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner boat out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Gladel. Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That gauntlet one, then. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Oh, goody. Peril.
You dare interfere in my fight? Know your place. Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names. Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
We'll do this together!
Let me help!
Let's do this!
In the name of justice, I call upon royal power within!
What could you hope to achieve?
He knows we can't attack him. He's toying with us.
The freedom of a wanderer. Hold on. Lend me your strength.
Tis yours.
Rider of the Blade.
No holding back!
I shall fight as the noble I am. No. I shall vanquish evil. What a mess.
Resistance is futile!
What could you hope to achieve?
Take this!
Captain, they've got your defenses
I
down.
see you!
Rosenberg got them right
So
in their
let's
weak
work
spot.
together! Come forth, royal soul! We're not out of this yet!
I'm obliged.
I owe you. I can't afford to hope.
Witness me, brethren! It's too early to go to this side.
Better be sure.
They're weak to piercing attacks. Hit them all in one fell swoop.
Let's go. Scour! Still up?
Insolent heathens!
I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watched for the sake of my dear brethren. Now! Feel the righteous truth of Sanctus.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brothers!
Is that all?
Sanctism will reign!
Captain, they've got your defenses down.
Warrior! Perhaps give me your aid! Not the right move. Warrior! Hack and slash! Close your eyes. Know
With
your
blade in hand!
peasants!
Let us fight as one!
I'm counting on you!
And thus I end it!
Let's stay calm. I can't move.
It's not working. We can't
Witness
attack
me,
the dome.
brethren!
Let's try this.
Let's need it.
Sanctism will reign!
This is nothing.
Sanctism will reign!
Join with me! No, not this.
Allies, together!
Let's do this!
A mystic shield!
I'll throw that up.
Know your place.
Seeker!
Peasants!
We can do this!
Thank you.
I owe you.
Sanctism is supreme!
Sanctism will reign!
Is that all?
Damn it!
Hulkenberg's guard is down.
I call upon royal power within! I'll cut you down!
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Fight there!
Witness me, brethren!
Wind!
Let's go!
Take this! Oh, please! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her.
Could do with this.
I'm obliged.
Hulkenberg's
Is everyone
guard
all right?
down.
Let us fight as one. Behold, we
Let my
stand
power
together.
support you.
I will protect you.
No thanks.
That helps.
Throw that up because I know he's going to try that.
Sanctism will reign!
Yep, knew he was going to try that again.
Come forth, royal soul! We're not out of this yet!
Thank you.
I owe you. I shall fight as the noble I am.
No holding back!
Right on target.
I stand
Nice
ready.
soul.
Knight! Not now.
Huh, take this! I will Seeker! No. I can take it.
Sanctism is supreme!
Sanctism will reign!
Is that all?
Sanctism will reign!
Stroll's badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
By the sworn oath of knighthood. Comrades, lend me your strength. Not this one.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Behold
Falling back.
my power!
Seeker! Light!
Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign!
Stroll's badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
I call upon royal power within! Witness me, brethren!
For all that we strive for! Here!
It's okay. We can do... Let's go! Maybe not. We'll do this together! Seeker! We can do this!
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
Let's go! Sanctism will reign!
I'm glad I moved back.
Is that all?
Captain, they've got your defenses down.
I'll hold my ground. Know your place.
To you!
Peasants!
The freedom of a want. Let's set it up!
Let me help!
For strong courage.
Now, what's the play?
No holding back!
Try not to worry.
I knew you'd help.
Sanctism is supreme! Take this! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded. Someone heal her.
Knight!
Captain,
Witness
they've
me,
got your
brethren!
defenses
I'm all
down.
prepared.
We'll team up! Sanctism
How did he?
will reign!
How did he resist that? I hit him with that the first time, and he took.
Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly
yet.
wounded.
Damn
Someone
it!
heal her. Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help.
Oh, power of heroes! From our provisions!
Behold my
Seeker!
power!
We're not out of this yet!
Trust me,
My thanks.
Let's go! Take this!
this is nothing.
Take this! Here they come.
Is everyone all right? Fight there! Worthy foe after all.
We can do this!
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
There we go. Heal everybody back up, and he uses that again.
Sanctism will reign! Damn it! They die hard! You know your place.
Let us fight
Peasants!
as one. Join with me. Perhaps not this. Just the thing.
Seeker! Let me help.
My thanks.
Chance!
Think that'll work.
Sanctism will reign!
Stroll's badly wounded.
Take this!
Can anyone heal him? Stroll can't take any more. Someone heal him.
I stand ready. From our provisions.
I owe you.
Come forth, royal soul! Scour!
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey! Get down here!
Oh, he has the one girl.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something?
I would have been fine without your meddling.
I guess you just... Are you hurt?
Are you hurt? Of course I'm not hurt. Look, what are you after?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. But consider me chastened and shoed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
But that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore.
Where'd he...
I'd
Oh,
know the
that's...
suspensions anyway. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno! The kingdom's greatest singer! The dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
Sure.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
What is that?
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Is that Luis?
Luis.
Yep.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladell got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely.
Oh.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you.
We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
Poor dog. Or panther? Whatever that is.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Jaime, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
I have a feeling, though, we're gonna get like halfway through and then
As
we're...
the chirping birds return to their nests, and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
Now, as I was saying, I have a feeling we're gonna get like either to the next location, and it's gonna turn more into a battle.
Oh, damn it, blast!
Because I feel like we're gonna... Either we're gonna sit there and do something and Luis is gonna like realize we're not helping him, or it'll be like later on that he's gonna be more cautious of us.
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
What?
Let's say we go check on him.
Okay, let's go check on Crazy.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem troubled.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but
I wish that was real.
somehow, that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you seen one?
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are.
Yeah,
That
you
old
are.
fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Well, you could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
This one's important.
Okay, we could do that. We left Neris, who dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed toward our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet Runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Yes, we know. Honestly, I wish there's a way to disable that, or they change it up or something. So we'll arrive in Marta this evening, then. Good. We'll be able to, soon we'll be, liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. The carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I am grateful, just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. And I pray we can avoid the further hindrance like yesterday's.
Isn't that?
Once you're up in town, we're supposed to meet with Barton, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Barton awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gamble was the right move.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Fortin to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Fortin's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now,
Something about
I'm
him's
sure
off.
you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
You've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
What's a day? Whoa.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh good. Larval innards.
is a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
She's crazy.
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
Looks great. What is with that smile? Not you too.
Surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Wait, what now? That's terrifying.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
Okay, wait, who's that?
So, is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
There's a runner.
Here's where we are now, and there's a campground.
There's a runner.
Let's see here. Here's where we are now. Let's see.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Well, Hulkenberg would be happy.
Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig it.
Does it have to make that sound?
'Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
I hate him.
It's been a while.
Exactly.
Okay. Gonna buy some intel. Oh, well, I got something for the memorial. For the... Okay, we're gonna end this one here.
What now?
Change the game settings, save. Okay, so we're gonna end this one here, mainly because a lot happened, and we're almost going on like 2 hours. So we got our runner. We've joined the race for the throne. We're trying to sit there and get Luis to see us and maybe trick him into us getting close to him that we can attack him. which is going to be fun. I don't know how it's going to turn out in the end. But we'll see how that plays out. We're here to take on a knight that, or just supposedly take on a knight that's turned evil, or that's turned rogue. I feel like there's more to this than we're getting told. We just know that he's kidnapping children, but I have a feeling there's more to this than we're seeing right now. But I'm gonna end this one here. I'm gonna be coming back this one. I'm also coming. If you didn't know, I'm also going back to Visions of Mana. I'll be going back to Dragon Age as well. I'm going to be rotating between 3 different games. I do have some plans for a co-op stream or a co-op game with Wolfrain. When we get a chance, we'll try to get our schedules lined up again. We'll try to do that. I am also going to try to maybe do a stream here and there when Husky is available, and me and him can kind of have our day line up to where we can actually do a stream together. I don't know what it'll be. It may be Fortnite, it may be something random, we'll figure something out. We'll talk about it, and I'll see what I can do. I also might be doing a stream one day next week or sometime coming up. I'm not going to say what it is because I want to do like some of these, like just a random stream every now and then that's a lot longer. I'm going to try to do it earlier in the day because the last one I did was on Halloween and it was a late stream and it went later than I planned. I'm going to try to do one earlier in the afternoon or earlier in the day. So hopefully you guys will come back and enjoy that. Till then, I will see you guys next time. If you haven't already done it, hit the like, subscribe button, and I will see you guys then. Bye.